welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I'm going to work on my art journal, The Illusions here, and I have new products that I want to show you. These are from InLoveArtsshop.com. I will leave all the links down below. Here I have a cute tree house, some nice flowers, an alphabet die cut, which is very useful. Then I can write whatever I want. And these cute circles that I can use as well as die cuts. And I just checked, there is a big sale going on, so check it out. It's very economical, you will see. Today I'm going to use 3 out of these 4 products to create my page. And for the background as colors, I chose to use gelatos because I haven't played with them for a while, so I want to give them some love. I'm selecting some tones of yellow. I want a nice bright page today, and before I use them I'm just covering my page with gesso. With gelatos I always like to use gesso. It makes life so much easier. If you don't use gesso, the gelatos will sink into the page and it will be difficult to move them or even erase them. But if you use gesso, you can move them very easily, and if you need to, you can even take them out, so erasing is much more easier. I'm just covering my page with different tones of yellow, bright, dark, some yellow ochre, some cream color, to have a nice background with a variety of colors. After I set my colors, I'm just smudging it with my hand. Also, I keep a wet baby wipe ready to wet my finger when I cannot move it anymore. It's much more easier. Building a gelatos background sometimes can be time consuming because you might need layers. In this case it was quite easy because I think it's one color, variations of one color. And I could smudge it quite easy because I used gesso. And to show you another technique, I used the baby wipe itself. As you see, it's a little bit lighter because the wetness takes away. And my baby wipe was not even too wet, it was just moist. So for me the best to get out of the colors, to keep them vibrant, is to move it with your fingers. But baby wipe without it being so wet is another option as well. I'm just building the colors a little bit more to make it brighter and more vibrant, and finally I decided to do a frame, a border that is darker, so I'm using a chocolate color to go around the edges. This was generally 4 times faster, so if you want to see it slower, there is a button at the bottom that you can arrange the speed for yourself. And I will leave the background as it is. I want to have a fairly simple page giving the shine to the tree house and the flowers. I love tree houses, they are so cute, and when I saw this stamp I really wanted to create a page with it. And thanks a lot for sending me these beautiful products to InLoveArts shop. This time I'm not using my black archival ink, I'm using a chocolate color ink. I didn't want black on the page, I'll go with the tones of yellows and browns. So I stamped my image with Memento Rich Cocoa. It's the same, it's a permanent ink, so it's not going to move because I need to color this image. And I am selecting the flowers and I will stamp a lot of them, but don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with it. Here they are. I stamped a lot and I'm going to fussy cut it to include it in my page. I'll do most of my coloring with gelatos as well to show you different techniques to use them. They are actually like watercolors, they move with water, so I took a watercolor brush and I'm just taking the color out of the tube very easily and putting it on my paper to color my tree. I know it looks not so appealing now, but don't worry, we will work on it. This is just the base color. The color I'm using is cinnamon. You can use whatever you want to color your images. When I am art journaling, actually I look for the easiest way out so that I can finish the page. I am going to color the windows with blue. It's not showing now, but I will work on it. And some yellow for the details like windows, etc. And I will use gray for the stairs that you see. I will do a lot of shadowing before and after I stick it on the page so that it looks more realistic. I will also darken some parts of the tree to use different tones of brown. Here I took my chocolate color again, and I'm going to darken up some areas to create some shadows. Again, this is 4 times faster than my speed. If you want to see it more in detail with the original speed, you can use the button down below to make it normal speed or even slower. It's up to you. And for flowers, I'm going to use an easier method. I covered all these flowers with matte medium and dried it well so that the surface became non-porous. I can use my Faber Castell brush markers. It's much easier. As I said, I'm looking for speed when I'm coloring, especially a lot of images like this. And now that it's non-porous, I can use my Faber Castell markers and I can smudge them. I don't care if it goes out of the line because I'm going to fussy cut them. What is important is I can use a couple of colors on one flower very fast and smudge it so that they don't look so dull with only one color. Now it's time to stick my images. I fussy cut all of it. It took some time, I can tell you, but it's fine. In the end it will look nice. I'm just being careful. My brush is dry when I use matte medium, and so that it doesn't smudge all my images. And if you are gentle, I think it will be fine. Nothing smudged here. My flowers are now permanent because I used Faber Castell brush markers. When they are dry, they are permanent. I didn't seal my background, but it didn't smudge so much because I was careful. If you want to seal your background, you can use matte medium all over or a fixative spray, or cheap hair spray will do it. Other mediums that will seal the background will be cold wax or microglaze from Distress, which is also the same thing, wax. So these are your options. Meanwhile, I have been working on my images to give some details and also do some shadowing. I made the windows a little brighter and yellows the window frames brighter. I didn't want to bore you with all my flowers sticking, so they are now sticked on my page. And I am doing some shadowing now with again my Faber Castell brush markers. You can use gelatos, gel sticks or other markers to do this. Not alcohol markers though, they will stain very badly, I can promise you. And it will go to the next page. So water-based markers will be fine. I'm again using a couple of shades of brown to give shading to my tree and around it. And I decided these yellow flowers didn't stick out from the page, so I'm making their center a little bit more orangey using a cinnamon marker from again Faber Castell. Coming to my sentiment, I used this die cut that I showed you before. I colored a cardstock with brown and red so that I can use my sentiment in different colors. I will put nature love because I think this page screams nature to me. I don't know if you had tree houses or lived in nature when you were a kid. Unfortunately, I was raised in the city. But I love nature now and escape to it whenever I can. And I love it in the springtime or summertime when everything is nice and bright, colors all around. Again, I used my matte medium to stick all these words, letters. And finally, I'm using my stickles to give a little bit dimension and brightness. Also bring the page together. I'm using a turquoise peacock color and the blue color in the center of these flowers, which will make a nice interest to the page. And I loved using the die cut for alphabet. I could write whatever I want. To bring the page together, you can imagine I will do some splashes. First with red and then with turquoise color that you see on the page. And I will be done. Don't forget to check out the links down below to catch the sale. It's really a good sale. Thanks again for watching and being here, leaving me comments and likes. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are watching me regularly so that you can get notifications when I put a new video. You will see the pictures of my project at the end in a bit. I hope you enjoyed it and liked this page. I really love it. It's very colorful and it has my tree house. I hope one day I can have a real tree house. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.